stop smoking. They'll be like, show me the Bible. I was like, it's not there. Right? Right? I mean, there's something about salt, but it says you're salt of the earth, right, and light of the world. But there's nothing about eat more than 2 grams of salt, right? So we have to extrapolate from Scripture to remind ourselves that, you know, taking care of our body is very, very important. Okay? And I must just say this, you know, men are very unique, even in the medical world, right? The problem with men is men are, you know, only seek medical care when something is wrong, right? Yeah. So men don't understand the concept of getting a regular checkup, right? Yeah. You only get a checkup when you break a leg, or your knee hurts, right? Or the heart attack comes, okay? So even convincing people that a regular medical checkup is necessary is a problem, right? And so that's why, you know, we talk about things like heart attacks and heart disease. Men have worse outcomes simply because they present to care late, okay? So there are many diseases we suffer from that can be caught early, okay? For example, hypertension. You can have hypertension that's undiagnosed and you live with it for a very long time, right? The only time you notice it is when it's knocked off your eyesight, right? Or it's knocked off your kidneys, or you have a stroke, right? But it could have been discovered many, many years before that complication if you just saw a doctor and he checked your blood pressure and said, oh, this is above normal. Okay, so men, okay, we need to take care of our health. So let's start. Okay, I'm not setting anybody up, right? It's a nice environment. Now, who has seen a doctor in the last 12 months just for a routine checkup? I'm not saying emergency room visit or anything. You just went to see the doctor in the past 12 months just to say, doctor, do a physical. You guys are amazing. That's good. Okay, so I'm impressed. Okay, so that's good. So that's a step in the right direction. Okay? So, you know, today there's so many things to talk about for men's health, but I want to focus on 2 things today. Okay? Well, they may not directly relate to every one of us, but it's something that's affecting our community as a whole. Okay? And so the 2 things I'll focus on are on HIV/AIDS and obesity. Okay? All right. So I just want to start by giving you some statistics, right? So how many of you can tell me how many people in the US get HIV/AIDS every year? Just guess.
What, the number you say?
Number, yes. How many people in the US get new cases of HIV infection every year?
2 million.
No, that's the, no. Too high. New cases of infection, not saying everyone living with HIV. How many people get newly infected every year in the United States?
5,000?
Higher.
100,000.
Not that high.
10,000.
So it's about 50,000 a year. Okay, with a range of 45 to about mid-60s. Okay? How many percentage of these new infections do you think are African Americans?
30%.
More.
40?
44%.
Yes.
Okay?
It's
So
highest
what's
among African Americans
Absolutely.
and Hispanics, right?
Absolutely. Okay? So African Americans contribute to 44% of new infections. Okay? That's 20,900 people every year.
Wow.
Okay? So
Oh my God.
what percentage of the population are we?
About 12%?
Yes, 12%, right? So we're 12% of the US population, but when it comes to HIV, we're 44% of new infections. It means we have a problem. Okay? All right. Okay? And of the 20,900 people each year, okay? Now remember, this is embarrassing because we have treatments for HIV, we know about prevention, we know about condoms, right? Okay? So even with all these interventions available, almost 21,000 African Americans get HIV infection every year. It's been the same for the past 12 years. Okay? Despite all we think we're doing right. Okay? So what percentage of these do you think are men? Of the 21,000 African Americans who get HIV every year, what percentage do you think are men?
60%?
16?
60?
Are men higher?
70?
70%. Okay? So 70% of these people are men.
I'm sorry.
What age group do you think is most affected?
I'll say 18 to...
Very good. 13 to 24. It's our kids and the young black men. Okay? So we have rates that's 7 times the white population and even 2 times the Latino population. Okay? For black women, they have 20 times the white population, and 3 times, okay, for other races, okay? The lifetime prevalence of a black man, so for everyone in your entire lifetime of acquiring HIV is 1 in 16. So 1 in 16 of us over a lifetime will acquire HIV/AIDS, okay? So while HIV remains a problem everywhere, blacks and Latinos, less but minorities, are disproportionately affected, okay? So it's really, really important. Now, there's a problem we have with HIV/AIDS, and that's because 20% of people who have the infection don't know it, okay? Because either they don't perceive themselves to be at risk and get themselves tested, or for some reason they just refuse to be tested, okay? So believe it or not, there's 100,000 black men out there in the community who have HIV infection who don't know about it.